Hello folks, welcome back to yet another Football Manager 2020 team preview, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Robins. That's right, Bristol City. They are expected, according to the media prediction, to finish 12th in the table. For me, I have them in the real world to finish much, much higher, maybe even in the automatic promotion spots. But anyway, they do play their football at Thrashton Gate, aka Ashton Gate. I call it Thrashton Gate because we got battered as a Rovers a fan not too long ago. The finances are secure. We'll have a look at those in a minute. Good training facilities, good data analysis, and good youth facilities. It seems to have a nice working club at the moment, Bristol City, but it's about to get ruined because I'm coming in there and taking over the reins just for this team preview. Quick look at the club culture. Sign players under the age of 22, develop players using the club's youth system, and sign players from the lower levels of the domestic game. So the first screen you'll be presented with is this, saying, welcome, welcome. We are reining in the 125th season of Bristol City, and I am the manager to take over the reins with a nice little contract to boot. Quick look at the reputation. We have a 3-star reputation within the football community, I guess. A quick look at the previous business. We did finish 8th last season, and quick look at the background. Dean Holden will be the current assistant, and they are still looking for a director of football if you want to go down that route. Quick look at the best 11. I don't know who picks this best 11, but Benica Phobie's in there, Wyman's in there. We'll take a look at these guys in just a second. We also show the current loan obligations for the club, whether they are incoming or outgoing, whatever. And this is the club culture. We mentioned that earlier. A quick look at the 5-year plan as well. Maximum 1-year contracts for players over the age of 34, so they can't give them any more than that. What if you got Zlatan? What if you signed Zlatan? Would that be a 2-year deal? I would be all over that. It also shows you the long-ranging plan, the short-term future, and all that kind of good stuff. What they anticipate the manager to bring at Bristol City. Make sure if you want to take a look at that in more detail, you can pause the screen, but I'm going to plow on. You can schedule meetings with the press, an inter-squad friendly, and also get an advice report from the backroom staff as well. That's completely up to you. I'm going to say yes, and here we are in my inbox, checking in my emails, but we're not going to read all those emails because we've only got a little bit of time to take a look at Bristol City. They have a bank balance of £11 million with a transfer kitty of just £1 million. Their wages are £321,000, and they're actually very close to that limit. Usually, or in normal seasons, or once the money starts flowing, you can adjust the wages to kind of compensate. You can actually pay more wages and have no transfer budget, that sort of stuff. Quick look at the squad then, the Bristol Cities. Where is all this wages going? Well, it's going on these boys. Quick look at the overview. Got 3 respectable, well, I say 2 respectable goalkeepers. A third is in there to add a little bit of spice. There's other familiar faces. Ashley Williams is in there, former Everton. Where else did he play? Swansea centre back. Jay Da Silva's in there. He's a very, very hot prospect as well. Josh Brownhill. Casey Palmer, has that been made permanent? It looks like it has. £3.5 million, former Rover, didn't really do it for us last season. Benica Phobie is on loan. In the real world, he's actually got a nasty injury, which I think has rather ruled him out for a long, long time. Sammy Simidix has arrived from Colchester. He's already wanted by Barnsley on loan. Callum O'Dowda is a hot prospect as well. Well, I say hot prospect. He's getting on a little bit. But anyway, that's a quick glance at some of the players. Let's take a look at the most valuable player you got, and it is Thomas Callas. Now, Thomas Callas, if you didn't know him, was one of the longest players at Chelsea. Arrived back in 2010, 2011. Been on loan every flipping way you like. But eventually, he found a home at Bristol City. He had a great season last season in the Championship, and they signed him for an undisclosed fee, and he's valued at £8 million. Still got a little bit of wiggle room on his potential. He's playing at 4-star level. He's 26 years of age, plays for the Czech Republic, and officially I think he's going to go to the Euros next season. Next up we have Adam Nagy. He's a little bit of a nagger. 24-year-old defensive midfielder, can opt on the left and right hand sides of midfield if you're desperate, but realistically he's down the middle, whether it is in a defensive mid or box standard midfield. Signed from Bologna, who were playing Serie A football last season, but he's now playing in the Championship with Bristol City. of Hungarian international, 33 caps to his name as well, £7.25 million rated. Daniel Bentley, one of a good age for a keeper, 26 years of age. He's got the world ahead of him, got a good 10 years left. He was actually signed from Brentford for £2.3 million, which was kind of like the domino effect which saw David Raya join Brentford. So he's here to kind of lead the line for Bristol City. Also, Josh Brownhill, formerly of, where did they snap him up from? Barnsley. He was on loan at Barnsley, was at Preston as well, signed at undisclosed fee. He's actually been doing very, very good for Bristol City. Plays on the right hand side. We'll take a look at the squad depth at the minute. Playing 3.5 star at the moment, could go as high as 4 stars. So that is seen here in the ability stakes. The player that could rise the most or be the best is this guy, Pedro Pereira, but it doesn't belong to Bristol City. It actually belongs to Benfica. So he's actually operating at 3.5 star, could go as high as 5. Jada Silva, though, could go as high as 4.5 stars as well. Formerly of, was it Chelsea as well? Yep, was on loan last season at Bristol City, but he made the move permanent. At left back, for Thingamajiggity. But yeah, that's a quick look at, who's this guy? Hakam Adelakan. He's wanted by a lot of teams on loan, 23 years of age. But anyway, let's take a look at the development squad. Let's see what's cooking in the academies. Hot prospects galore. This guy, Atone Semeno, is actually available on loan, £650,000, 19 years of age. An attacking midfielder. Could play on the left or the right hand side. Could go as high as 4.5 stars, operating at 2.5 stars at the moment. Spent last season on loan at Newport County. He's one for their future. Besides him, we've got a whole host of other players that could go as high as 145. We're looking at these kind of numbers. There's some good numbers in there, but the majority of them are already out on loan. Look at this guy, Joe Morel, is on loan at Lincoln. And we can't really tell the full scope of their potential because they're not at our club at the moment, which is a bit shitty. Well, how about the under 18s? Well, let's take a look at those bad boys. What's cooking there? We have this guy, Prince Henry. That's a cute name, isn't it? Operating as a 0 star, but could go as high as 3 stars. Very, very young, 16 years of age, striker. He's sat their name, no disrespect. Sounds like he's got another nationality in him. Who names their kid Prince? It's crazy. But anyway, he's in the thick of things in there. Other stars, it's very, very early to tell here. But you got numbers in there. You got some decent options cooking. Just give them a couple of years time to see what they got cooking on there. Let's take a look at the. What are we going to look now? We're going to take a look at the team report. No, we're not. We're going to look at the squad dynamics. That's right. Our team cohesion is very poor. Our team collective mental status is disappointed at the moment. This will impact positivity during matches, so that needs to get sorted out quick time. Dressing room atmosphere is average. If you hold a team meeting, you might be able to sort a little bit of this out. Managerial support is good. Obviously, you are new to the scene. They're not going to be upset with you just yet. You just walk through the door. As for the hierarchy, well, there seems to be a bit of a pyramid here with this guy leading the way. Corey Smith seems to be the outright leader. Been at the club. How long have you been at the club, Chief? A few years. Picked up by Bristol City from Oldham, who were back in League One, so snapped up while they were in League One. So made the transition and has been there ever since. Joining them, we have a couple of other host players. Ashley Williams, Welsh international, formerly of Everton, Stoke, Swansea. He's actually been on a reasonable wages. You could expect him to be ramping up the wages, but no. Not a bad player. Brownhill as well. O'Dowda, we didn't really talk about him. I'll talk more about him in a minute, I expect. He was very hotly linked with Leeds, Notts Forest, all that kind of stuff in the summer. So you could cash in on him if it doesn't suit your style of play. The social groups, a couple of little guys that were struggling. Rodri. Let me take a little look at Rodri, £1.9 million rated striker, recently arrived. I think I did read an article about that when he arrived. Formerly of Granada, who was in the second division at the time. Highest, he's actually played for Sheffield Wednesday, previously scored 1 goal in the Championship. Other social groups, Williams alongside Watkins and this fella, Gilla Martin. They need to kind of get integrated with the squad a little bit more. So once time goes by, these guys should eventually just mould into that. Take a look at the happiness of the squad as well. Everyone seems to be in okay spirits. It could do it a lot better. This is too yellow for my liking. It needs to be a bit more green. And again, you can sort your code of conduct in a couple of days' time, a little option will come up, and you can adjust the fines and for any dodginess, anyone who's late or shit in training, you can fine them or whatever you want to do. You can kind of stamp down your iron fist. And a quick look at the team meeting. You can have a little chit chat with your boys to kind of sort that out. Quick look at the assistance report. He's been there a while now. He's got himself familiar with the club. He says we've got great youth prospects coming through. Player partnership as well, in particular Andres Wyman and Famara Diadaru. They have got good understanding up top and potentially could score a lot of goals for you. Defender, we've got a very good defender. Thomas Callas at centre-back is very, very good. Bravery, anticipation, pace. We've got quite a fast team. And overall depth, there seems to be a lot of players. We'll take a look at the depth in just a second. Transfer budget is a bit weak. We've only got £1 million left. We could do with more midfielders according to this. Tackling is also a bit of a weakness. Passing, long shots, free kick taking and long throws are all part of our substantial list of weaknesses. So they did say squad depth. Let's take a little look at it. We have 3 goalkeepers, which for the initially I've only seen a few so far, but the majority of championship clubs I've seen have only got 2 standout first team keepers. So you could bin off one of those. Gil Martin's probably the best one to bin off because the other 2 are solid. As for left backs, you have very short on numbers in there. You got Jay Da Silva, and that's pretty much it. He's out and out good left back. Then you're going to be pinning your hopes on a midfielder, I'd say. I think Tommy Rowe's more midfielder. Can play at the centre of midfielder, also down the left-hand side, more further forward. You can play left back if you want to go there, but realistically, yeah. And then also Pedro Pereira is an option, left back or right back. And again, he could be a very good player for you, but it looks like he prefers to be on the right back. And that is confirmed here, but Jack Hart seems to get the top spot for the right back, £5 million rated. He does belong to Bristol City, so you know what, I'd play your own people if I was you. Callas can also operate on the right side as well, but you want to play him down the middle because that's his preferred position as well. So Callas alongside Ashley Williams and Nathan Baker. Was he formerly of Preston? No, formerly of Aston Villa. I've got another Baker mixed up there. So he's in there, commanding centre-back as well. A good option for you to mix it up a bit with Callas, Williams and Baker. And you've also got Bailey Wright, Australian. Again, been at the club a couple of seasons, originally right from Preston as well. So Bailey Wright's in the thick of things. You've also got Taylor Moore, can also operate as centre-back and also right back a little bit. If you're struck for injuries or suspension. Into midfield we go. Jamie Patterson's actually on loan at Derby, which is a shame because he's a very good player. Callum O'Dowda could play on the left hand side. We talked about that as well. He can also dabble on the right. Nicholas Eilison, Swedish guy, £3.2 million rated, wanted by 13 clubs. A lot of guys looking to get him on loan, including the mighty Blackburn Rovers. Tommy Rowe, he can also operate on the left. Further forward. On the right hand side it is this guy, Hakeem Adelakun. Actually looking at him a couple of seasons back for Scunthorpe. That's right, when we were in League One. He was hotly tipped. He's made the move to the Championship, made the step up. And he's a keen bean. A lot of clubs looking to get him on loan as well. Maybe he hasn't really settled in as much as he should do. Brownhill can play on the right hand side, but it looks like he can play better in the middle of the park. But Corey Smith will lead the way, £3.8 million rated. He is the leader of the gang. He's right there, and he can play defensive mid. Adam Nagy, we talked about him as well, defensive midfielder, also midfielder, can also operate down the middle. Casey Palmer, again, blessed with creative talent, didn't really take to his ability at Rovers, and we've got some other players as well, including this guy, Han Noah Masango, 17-year-old, very good prospect for the future. The contract looks good as well, so he seems to be secure for the long haul. And then up top we got Wyman leading the way, Rodri and Diadaru, £5.25 million rated, will score goals, I'll tell you that now. He will score goals, double digits past previous seasons in the real world. Wyman as well, formerly of Aston Villa and Derby, can get double digits on a good season. And of course Matty Taylor is actually on loan at Oxford. You might want to take a look at maybe cancelling that and bringing him back. Rodri as well. Benica Phobie on loan from Stoke. Maybe the deal becomes permanent. I don't know, but he's a bit pricey. You do have other options as well. Simbadix, Peterson, Marley Watkins, if you're stuck. But that, I think, is a pretty much the brief overview. Quick look at the expectations. The expectation to finish in the 4th round of the FA Cup and at least the 3rd round of the Carabao Cup. As for the Sky Bet Championship, the media prediction is, we already looked at it earlier, Bristol City, 12th in the table, 16-1 on. Any standouts make the squad? Thomas Callas is close to the starting 11, but he doesn't make it in there. But that, my friends, is all I've got for you. That is a quick overview of Bristol City. If you decide to pick Bristol City as your team to manage, let me know in the comment section down below. I want to know if this guide has proved to be helpful or completely irrelevant. I don't care, just let me know. I'll be doing more of these anyway with championship teams in mind, and also be looking to do teams from across Europe as well. Sometimes they don't get covered a lot, so I'll be looking to doing that. Until then, I'm going to let you get out of here. Make sure you smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe if you're new. New videos pretty much every single day right here at Blackburn Rovers Sea. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.